All right, good morning, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen out there, guys. Welcome again to Merchant Services Slayers Group. First off, guys, I'm sorry for not doing videos for a while. I've been super busy. Also, we have a couple people working in the office today, so it might be a little bit loud with some background noise. But today, guys, I'm going to talk about three very, very important tips, especially because of newer agents. Now, especially on our team, we've got a lot of newer agents that we're working on right now and that we're training. And these are three of the things that we brought up in our local group that we do every single Wednesday, which is kind of like our clubhouse group where we come in and we actually discuss certain things that we see in the field. We have a lot of people that come on board that we talk about as far as for different types of tips, tactics, so on and so forth for the field. These are the top three things that we actually covered that are very, very important, especially if you're a new agent in the field. You haven't been out there, you haven't had a lot of experience, but three top major processing sales tips that I can give you. Okay, and this, remember, guys, is coming from a perspective of outside sales. It's coming from the type of model where you go physically see merchants. You're selling face to face. You're selling in person. These can also be something that is very important when you're actually dealing with inside sales too, and you're going face to face or over the phone with the merchant. Obviously, of course, we like face to face a lot better. You can do a lot more things. You get a lot more conducted, a lot more communication across the board. Okay, so the first one is that, please, for the love of God, guys, this is super important within merchant services. A lot of highly untrained sales professionals that are out there, please, 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 please stop being fake. Okay, this actually requires a lot of work. Okay, what I mean by that is that you need to have enough experience. You need to have enough knowledge and get out there and fail a lot to the point where you're so comfortable that at the end of the day, you stop seeming fake. Now, when you first start in any sales industry, any sales gig, the process is going to be something that's new to you. So if it's new to you, you're going to stumble, you're going to fail. You need to read your script. You need to study constantly over and over to the point where it's so repetitive that it no longer is a script. It no longer becomes something that you have to, kind of read, right? Now, just like this video, I'm pretty used to being on camera. Not the best at it, but I'm all right. But at the end of the day, this is not something that's scripted. Okay, this is how you need to respond and react with your merchants, is after you're talking to a client. And if you're a new agent, this is going to take some practice. Okay, and also, if you're an experienced sales professional, one of the things about stop being fake is that you have to take that 20 years of sales experience and turn off the bullshit. As soon as a customer smells that you're a salesman or smells that you're any used car salesman, hey, how you doing? I've got a deal for you. Right? Any of that, okay, is complete bullshit. And that right there is going to get you kicked out of a business so fast, it's going to create more problems, more objections, more issues. So what can we do to stop being fake? Well, a few things that you can do is get your steps to the sale, find a friend, okay, find a parking lot, okay, find a house, find a neighborhood, find somewhere where you can be private or whatever, a coffee shop or a conference room or whatever, and go over your role playing. Go over your role playing so much with a friend, your wife, your kids, or whoever is there that's going to help you, another partner or whatever, to the point where this script is coming naturally. Your steps to the sale come naturally. Start practicing objections so that your response comes naturally. Because then you stop being fake. And when you're done being fake, customers will trust you. They'll move forward with the steps to the sale. They're more likely to show them their real side as opposed to you showing your real side. Okay, a lot of times we see sales agents, okay, that are so salesy that the merchant becomes salesy. They become fake too. Now we have two fake people in a negotiation pretending that they don't know stuff or that they do know stuff. And it's a massive fight and a battle and a pitch. Get away from that. Just be yourself, follow your company's steps to the sale and stop being fake. Number two, that's super important, is that you need to start thinking from the buyer's perspective. Now, when you work with an ISO or you work with a processing company and you go through their training, that's the first thing they train you on is the steps to the sale. They train you in sales techniques, sales patterns. They work with you on how to commonly fight objections and go through these processes. Right? And you get so asphyxiated on that process, you forget that you're dealing with someone else and it's ultimately up to them. It's their decision whether you get a paycheck or not. You need to think from the buyer's perspective also in the fact that it's okay to push them. It's not okay. It's okay to ask for business. You're not going to tiptoe around a deal and fall into a close. It doesn't work like that. Okay? It's a situation where you need to make sure that you're also thinking from the buyer's perspective and the fact that what if you were them? Have you ever bought stuff before? Have you ever bought a car? Have you ever bought a house? Have you ever been through a negotiation on the other end? Have you been the person purchasing? Yeah, and believe it or not, all you do when you're on that end is you have zero stress. Why? You don't have to commit to anything. You can be a badass. You can be big. You can be strong. You can tell the salesman to go piss off. You can do all these things because you don't care. You're already set. You're the one in control. You're buying, right? Not necessarily, but yes, that's the feeling that you have. So you have to think from the salesman's perspective. When I'm dealing with a customer that's doing that, they're going to give me a lot of bullshit. They're going to give me a lot of things that aren't true. They're going to give me a lot of things that they don't truly mean, right? But that could send me as a new sales agent out the door. I might get afraid. I might get scared. I might be afraid to say something. And I'm going to tell you this right now is that people that are selling, they lose stuff, they lose deals off of things that they don't say, right? They lose deals off things they don't say, not what they say. So if you're afraid to say something, just say it, okay? Be yourself. Just say it. Ask for their business. Right? Say, well, John, what's the deal? Like, why are we having this issue here? Or if you're running into any confrontation when you're selling your merchant, you can always break it down to its simplest, basic, most roots. And I've done this with merchants too. I'm like, John, whoa. I go, hold on. And look, man, we're not here to fight. We're not here to say who's wrong and who's right, or there's an issue with this or an issue with that. I mean, I'm just trying to see what I can do today to earn your business. In order to do that, I have to be able to help you. I need to think from your perspective, John. I have to put myself in your shoes. And I've done that several times today, and I've thought about how this could affect me if I owned your pizza shop, or if I owned this corporation, or if I did this. And I think that, at the end of the day, this would be a good solution. And this is exactly why I've taken my customers in consideration, the equipment, the pricing, the different types of ways that I can present this to my customer, and I think I should do it. I think we should do it. That's just my personal opinion, me putting myself into your shoes. I'm not here to fight with you. I'm just here to see what we can do together as a group to see what we can do to earn your business, to get you set up right, okay? Number 3 is that process, not pleasing. This is important, okay? You need to stick with your customer's process, or your sales process, and you need to kind of shy away from pleasing everybody, okay? This can be a major issue with newer agents. They always want to say, okay, well, I'm going to get on my knees and brush off the knees of my customer. I'm going to do everything I can. I'm going to service my customer, good customer service. I'm going to do this, to the point where the merchant now, or your customer, is guiding your sales process. Okay, they're the one with the magic hat and the wand, and they're like, okay, well, pick that up. Okay, now after that, you can earn my business if you put it over there. Then after that, if you do this, and then you can earn my business if you can do this. Next thing you know, you're a circus clown. Next thing you know, your merchant is telling you to do backflips. Next thing you know, your merchant is saying, go ahead and jump for me real quick. And they say, hey, how high? How high do you jump? Do you think that's going to close deals? No. Okay, and don't call your manager and say, hey, if they do this and they do this, they said come back in a week, and they said we can earn their business if we can do this and this and this. Don't do that. Okay, that's not true. They're not the person that is going to tell you how they're going to be sold, right? Merchants will tell you how they want to be sold indirectly, but they're not going to tell you how you're supposed to sell them. That's your job. Your job as a salesman is to tell them how they're going to be sold. That's professional. If they're a pizza shop owner, they've been there 25 years, you're not going to tell them how to make a pizza. They're going to tell you how to make a pizza. If you've been selling processing longer than a month, you've been selling processing a lot longer than most merchants. So you're going to tell them how you're going to sell them. So you need to look at process, stay close to process, focus on that, and shy away from pleasing so much. Now, I'm not saying you need to be rude to customers or that, but you need to make sure that you say, am I pleasing them too much? Am I going through a process where I'm doing too much of what they want? Okay, and yes, you might need to say, okay, well, trade off a little bit. And I love the trade-off. I'll say, that's no problem, John. I'll definitely can do that. But let me ask you this. If I can do this, this, and this, can you do this with me? Right? It's a trade. This is a mutually exclusive partnership, right? If I do this, and you have to do this, right? So yeah, that's fine if you please, but focus more on process and stop pleasing so much, okay? Take control of your sale, take control of your situation, and close the deal. Other than that, guys, let's rock and roll. I'm excited. New office is ready, so soon we'll be having a lot more videos from Merchant Services Slayers on my end. Let's rock and roll. Let's kick some ass, and I'll see you guys out there on the sales board, guys. Let's go.